back at the Stratosphere Hotel Tower Casino for the three-wall ball outdoor world championships. Daniel Cordova's brother Luis and Vic Perez are facing each other, and there's the first serve. Our referee is Eric Torres.
This is the match you'd see on the Race for 8 tour. In fact, we last saw these guys play in February in Houston in the main draw round of 16. That match won by Luis Cordova in 2 games. Vic does have a win, though, against Cordova. You remember the Players' Championship 2016. 5th place playoff.
Do you remember that?
But like you mentioned in the last broadcast match, Dave, these two both have some experience playing big ball. Vic Perez grew up playing big ball and transitioned to a small ball player, a very good one. And Luis Cordova is kind of the all-around guy as far as handballs are concerned. He's played with what's similar to a baseball in Mexico, and of course the small ball and also big ball, and he's done very well in big ball.
Yeah, this is one on paper where you say, I don't know who's the favorite. I mean, you'd think that Vic would be, but Luis, he's crafty, and he's played everything.
Right. Both these guys have to be starting to feel the effects of all the matches in court time. They also played against each other this morning in doubles. And that was maybe the match of the tournament. Won by Vic Perez and Joel Bastidas. Luis off to a very good start here. Believe it or not, Dave, Luis Cordova on my
7 plays 3
short list of dark horses in this 3-wall big ball.
Really?
A dark horse meaning anyone that can go to the semifinals or beyond.
I think you make it to the quarters in this draw with 64 players. You should get a trophy for just that alone.
Okay.
I mean, that's something special.
Play 7.
Both these guys, Dave, have amazing right hands and similar left hands. You'd have to say, on paper, a lot of similarities between these two.
6 play 7.
But yet they don't play similarly.
Maybe more similarities because of their track record and results.
That's also similar. Both always find themselves in that sort of 7 to 10 range in the rankings, although Luis Cordova had a huge jump at the end of last season, jumped into the top 5 for the first time at the semifinals and finals appearance in the last 2 stops.
No call right there from the referee. That little shade contact, slice over from behind. These guys don't care. It's kind of the way the game's played, I guess.
Yeah, I realized there was contact there.
And here's the ref.
Wanted the shot, so I'm gonna let you guys play it.
See, that's the difference between indoor and outdoor.
7 plays 8.
Not sure why, but this ball definitely, you have a better chance of seeing it. So maybe that's part of the reason why the culture agrees with that.
Very competitive, Dave, just as you predicted.
Together at 8.
And that's the serve Vic used well in the small ball yesterday.
See, that's an avoidable, Dave.
Yeah, I agree. And I've seen that happen a couple of times.
Hold on.
I know they don't call avoidables unless it's match point here in Vegas.
9, serves 8.
I think the players want you to call them. When you avoidably hinder somebody, I think you want the call, even if it's against you. You know you've done it.
Yeah.
So I think it feels good.
Score is 9-9.
To have it recognized. I mean, who wants to feel like they're getting away with something? I know you don't.
Heck no.
Ten, play 9. Se fue.
Have you seen
10,
in your
serves
life,
10.
Dave, a calmer athlete than Vic Perez?
No.
I mean,
Juan Santos, possibly. Steve Avery when he was pitching for the Atlanta Braves.
you wouldn't know if Vic Perez was watching reruns of Friends or
Game
playing in a
point,
world
serves 10.
championship.
This is game number 1 point. This could be it right here. And it is, Dave.
Yeah.
Vic takes care of that.
First game.
And highly competitive first game here between Perez and Cordova, and I believe that's probably the reason why it's on this live broadcast. And I was going to bring this up earlier because we were talking about having H division, juniors, women, pros, big ball, small ball. You know, you never know what's going to come up next on the broadcast. But the thing I was going to bring up is that in our time of watching handball, we've seen some highly competitive matches that have taken place that were junior players, Dave.
That's true.
And that were not expected to be high-profile matches. They just were competitive and fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so anything like that can happen at any time. That's the great thing about handball, is that you can have 2 B players and still get the thrill out of watching their highly competitive matches because that's just the sport brings that out. You know, I've talked to great players like Paul Brady, who said, you know, some of the best matches I've ever seen were not even, you know, pro matches. They were just
Has
two
he ever
juniors.
seen a pro match?
I don't know. I don't know. But
that could be
out
one
here
of
in
the
Vegas,
reasons.
I've already witnessed some very exciting play that you feel that sort of butterfly effect inside your tummy, and you don't even know who the players are. You just, for some reason, are rooting for them. I know what you're thinking. You would think that I'd know who they were, but I don't.
No.
I know that we have the great John Rookie Wright up here near our broadcast booth. I think he's asking for cash, maybe. We're in between games here in this men's round of 64 between Luis Cordova and Vic Perez. We'll be covering one wall all day tomorrow and Sunday here on the live broadcast.
Rookie Wright is regarded as the greatest one-wall big ball player of all time. I actually had a vote.
Part of the Writers Association?
I was, yeah.
You also vote to get him in the Hall of Fame?
He's a first ballot guy. But yes, I did vote him in on the first ballot.
To me, Rookie's one of those guys that should be voted into the Hall of Fame whether or not he fits the criteria.
He was going to be the first ever unanimous first ballot guy, but Joe Durso didn't vote for him, didn't even put him on his ballot.
Ah, that's rough.
Yeah. Some great women's small ball one-wall action going on, Dave, on the outer courts.
Yeah, that would have been good to have here on live broadcast.
Would have loved it.
All right, Vic serve.
Tracy Davis has only
Zero,
lost
play
one
zero.
small ball women's singles match since 2004. She's in action right now, Dave.
Look at this. That ball almost stays up for Perez.
Yeah.
play 0.
Oh, wow, what a shot there from Vic, who has the presence of mind
Ball, please.
to know where that ball was when it went behind him.
The score is 1 play 1. Oh! 2 serves 1.
You see Vic Perez making a concerted effort to try and float the ball to Luis Cordova's left, but that's dangerous,
3
Dave,
plays
because
1.
if it doesn't come off perfectly, now Luis has a big setup with his right, like we saw in the last rally. Here's a big setup for Vic. And Dave, will we see another Cordova comeback here? We saw Daniel drop game
4
number 1
plays
and
1.
come back and win the match. I thought at certain times in that first game that Luis was in control and ended up losing it. Now he is in control in game number 2.
5 serves 1.
You know, with rally scoring, it could just be just a 1 minute series of failures on your part when you play a solid game and find yourself on the losing side.
Right.
And if you just blink, you couldn't tell which person was winning. I think that adds to the excitement at times.
Two serves 5.
Vic tries to force that one, Dave. Tried to
6
lure
plays 2.
Luis into falling back, and then at the last second went for the bottom board.
Three serves 6.
Nice power there from Vic, but it checks up. Vic with consecutive overhand fist tomahawk drives.
4 serves 6.
There was a ball in the court there, Dave. Vic looked down at it and just kept running for the ball. No complaint. And he lost the point.
7 play 4.
And Dave, both these guys have proven that their right hands translate from the small ball to the big ball. A lot of kill
5
shots
serves 7.
from both of these lethal right hands. And there's a flat mouse.
6 play 7. I saw it in. Just in.
Go for the second.
It disturbed you? Hey Vic, we're gonna play that over. No, the ball was good, but I noticed the ball coming in.
Oh,
I
I
should
don't
have
know.
called it before that. It threw off his perimeter, but yeah, that was a good serve.
Very bad luck there for Vic. That's the best serve you can hit. The serve hit the back line.
No, it was before this.
This is the most arguing I've ever seen Vic do.
The serve came into
And I agree with him in a way. But I also, as a receiver, if I see a ball traveling over my head, your instinct is to
Same
duck.
score, 6 play 7.
And that shouldn't be the type of environment.
No. Hold it. The score was 6. It was 6. 6-7. Yeah.
Right.
6 play 7.
And Vic just had to hit the same serve 3 times. Vic is not having a lot of success with the 2-all pinch shot with this big ball. Not nearly the kind of success he had with the small ball with that same shot.
8 serve 6. 7 plays 8.
What a shot.
Nice get, though. That's going to stick up. Luis almost got his head planted in that corner of the wall there.
Together at 8.
Nice deep serve.
I think that's one difference you see, Dave, with these small ball guys coming out here. Luis Cordova not attacking that lob serve. You would never see the top big ball players letting that serve bounce and hitting it from behind the back line. They would take that out of the air and really crush it and move themselves into the front court. And the return of serve, I believe, is the most important shot in this game. Wow. That takes a lot of confidence to hit that shot.
10 plays 8.
And if Luis Cordova loses this
Possible
match, Dave, he'll
point, serves
be out
8.
of 3 of his 4 divisions. And
I gave you the shot.
oh, I don't know about that, Dave. Looked like that swing was severely impeded. Backswing.
9 serves 11.
And Dave, you might need to mark that one on your scorecard. Vic Perez
Timeout.
comes 1 inch
Scores
short
10-11.
on what I thought was an impeded backswing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That was the match. Or at the very least, he would have been serving again at 11-8. We see this a lot in big ball, Dave. Guys facing match point and coming back to win. It only happens, well, to one person in small ball. It rarely happens in small ball, where a player has match point. In fact, in more than 915 matches on the Raise Trade Tour, only 7 times has someone faced match point and won. That's under 1%.
The score is 10, play 11.
This one might not be over.
I don't think it is.
There it is, and there's now 11-11. You have to win by 2.
Right.
I don't know if our referee's keen to that knowledge.
Game point, serves 11.
He's not.
Well, game point.
No, it's not game point.
Oh,
It's
you're
won
right.
by 2.
And there's a
Game.
fist pump there, even
3
though
minutes.
this is technically not over. Now we're going to a tiebreaker.
Wow, and Vic had a very good look at winning the match there with his right hand. Very good look. Did not put it away. It's hard to hit those flat rollouts on match point.
Dave, you decided not to play an X
Someone
Fest.
told me it was straight
Right.
to 12. Oh, shit.
And now our referee just found out you have to win by 2. It is win by 2, correct, Dave? Is it? Now there's a rules discussion call here. I believe it's just win by 1 rally scoring for the big ball guys and win by 2 for small ball.
It is win by 1.
Yeah. Referees was given the finger.
Okay. Not the finger.
No, it was the finger.
Oh,
yeah,
it was.
yeah, it
Okay.
was. It definitely was, and it served a dual purpose. So that game number 3 will be coming up right around the corner. Actually, I already announced that that match was done.
Right.
And got our whole tournament staff all in a flutter because they didn't have the next match ready.
But aside from the flutter, Dave, let's talk about the big 3 in 3 months with the WPH. A lot of chatter about that.
Okay.
This being the first of the big 3. Next will be in Atlanta 2 weeks from today, actually.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's going to be that fast.
And then we're going to be in Tucson hosting arguably the biggest event of the year.
Well, we'll see what happens.
The Memorial.
There's definitely a lot of hype around it. There's going to be wall ball indoor 4-wall, as well as qualifiers small ball 4-wall, and then the pro guys, but also the pro women.
Right.
Where we already have Aoife McCarthy and Katrina Casey and Tracy Davis and Ashley Moeller. Megan Mahilos is thinking about coming in. Suze Kohler, Amy Olbert, Amy Fadden is also playing as well. And yeah, it's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of players.
Well, that's why I said it. Very likely to be the biggest event of the year, indoors at least.
All for a benefit to supporting junior development and also recognizing those of our handball family that have passed in the last few years.
And Vic Perez has to be thinking, what just happened? I had 4 chances to win this match, 4 straight rallies. Was unable to put the ball away. He had a lot of good looks. And Dave, isn't that how it always is? When you can't get that final point, you start the next game with a very easy kill.
Yeah.
And you're thinking to yourself,
why?
wait a minute.
Yeah, why?
Where was that? That's all I needed. I wouldn't even be playing anymore.
Those are the most frustrating, I'll be honest. Because you get to a wall and you just say to yourself, it doesn't matter what I do. And it's not you psyching yourself out. You can actually feel it in the air. That was 2 bounces.
Yeah.
But they're not going to give it to him that way. He said he got it, but that ball even looked like it had a reverse spin out of his hand.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's one of those plays where you dive and your head is, you're not really seeing the ball.
Score is 1 play 1.
And that time he uses the 2-wall shot to perfection.
Out ball.
Just found the right angle there.
But back to that comment about Kank scoring at the end, and then all of a sudden now,
right?
And people would say, well, you know, you have no
1.
pressure in game number 3. You know, you let. But I don't think that's what it is. I can actually feel it sometimes. It seems like it's part of the atmosphere. It's not just me. It's like the room.
Yeah.
But maybe that's part of
2.
sports, perhaps. I know that there were times when I was playing baseball and I was hitting great, and then all of a sudden it was like someone turned the faucet off, and I was still hitting the ball where I wanted to hit it, but guys were diving and catching it, and then all of a sudden you went 0 for 11, and you thought you'd never get a hit again.
Right.
And then you hit a cheap
3,
blooper,
play 2.
and then all of a sudden you're back into it again. Now you're going 3 for 4, and you feel great about life. It's crazy.
Yeah, sports is funny because you can feel like you're on top of the world or at the bottom of the world, and it's all based off of 1 inch, really.
3 serves 3.
You get to match point and hit a shot 2 inches high instead of 1 inch high, and you end up losing it. Now imagine if you had won that. These two have been battling, Dave, now for 45 minutes. They're deadlocked in total points scored.
Well, we knew it was going to be a battle.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, these guys are a battle with a small ball, and they're a battle with a big ball. And if you threw a basketball in there, there'd be a battle that way too. They're both incredible athletes. They both know how to play with every size of ball, every wall. And I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised that you're seeing these guys tied up in a breaker. I mean, I already called this match when Vic Perez looked like he was going to win, and all of a sudden, strange call from the referee to end that last game, and we're still in it here on a tiebreaker. It's one of those matches that just doesn't go away as hard as you try to make it go away.
Well, I feel like the momentum is on the side of Luis Cordova right now.
Oh, he's standing in the shade. He better get some type of momentum.
Score is 4, serves 3.
"76 degrees right now in Las Vegas." I can't even. I think the only time in the summer that it's ever been 76 was about 3:30 in the morning.
Together
about 2 weeks ago.
Well, 17 degrees below the average, you told me earlier
Yeah,
today.
that's what they said in the news this morning.
What a
17
shot.
degrees below the average. That's just an average. That's taking all the historical highs and the historical lows.
5, plays 3. Sorry, 5-4.
Oh, my. Luis just sticks his paw out there and gets just enough of it to catch the bottom board. Tie this
5
match
plays
at 5.
Side out. It was wide.
Don't know if you read the headlines, Dave, but Kylie Jenner apparently is pregnant at the age of 20.
I thought that was outside the line.
It was outside
I saw
the
it
line.
wide. I'm going to stick to my call,
Just getting these,
but I'll get line judges if you want.
I'm getting these reports from our headlines during this.
Who's
You wanna do
Kylie
one
Jenner?
Over here?
No.
Joe, you
Is she
mind
a
watching
singer
this
or
line?
something?
Thank
No,
No?
I thought you knew.
you. I had to stick
I
to
don't.
that.
That's
6,
frustrating.
play 5.
Kind of like Seinfeld on that episode when he pretended to not know about Melrose Place, and then they put him under the lie detector, and he couldn't help it. He knew every character, every plot line. Yeah, I know Kylie Jenner. Wow, what a shot there from Vic Perez. A running paddle flat kill. You have a name for that shot, Dave?
A running paddle flat
I
kill.
guess so.
7, play 5.
The RPFK. Nice dig right there. And Vic
That's-
pushes it out that left side door. Doesn't go out the door, though.
I think I can't paddle the ball like that, Dave, because there's so much padding on my hands that it just is dead. I mean, you
Score
have
is
4
8,
gloves on
plays
one
5.
hand.
Yeah, you play with gloves in big ball, and you see a lot of these small ball players, they do that. That's why I picked Luis Cordova to win this, because he's not wearing gloves.
But I think the thin gloves don't make much of a difference. Now, if you're wearing padded gloves and liners like I would to use a big
9,
ball, then
plays
it would.
5.
And you got to give Vic Perez credit. Win or lose this second game, Dave, he's put that disappointment from not being able to close out that second game behind him. Oh, my. And Vic, once again, with an opportunity to really take over this match. Would have led 10-5 there.
Score is 6, plays 9. Timeout.
Great women's small ball one wall action here, Dave. The defending one wall ball big ball champion, Jenny Q, taking on Martine McMahon, who's playing one wall small ball for the first time.
You holding it up?
And you can kind of see that off to the right of our screen. That one is going to be brutal.
Well,
Martina's
Jenny
hit 2 straight balls off the court here.
Well, Jenny is known as one of the hardest hitters in big ball, and
3 in a row now. Martina's sent off the court. But she's not known as a small ball player, Jenny.
right. But I believe in high school they play small ball. But I think that rule has changed in the last couple of years, so maybe Jenny only being 20, I think maybe she played with the big ball in high school.
Maybe so.
I want to thank Veronica Figueroa, Dave, for bringing every person out here from New York. I mean,
All
literally.
right, the score is 6, plays 9.
6-9, we're going to 12. Win by 1. Nice shot. Vic trying to play the
That's
player.
A good shot.
And
No,
a good call from our referee.
Oh, yeah. I don't think Vic really saw the shot.
Thought you were going left, but it went right.
It didn't matter where he was going. That was out of reach.
7, play 9.
Not so sure about that, but the referee made the right call, I can tell you that. Stutter step there from Cordova. Vic plays it right. Cordova's right there. Doesn't get the ball back, though.
You know, that's one of those rallies, Dave, and so many are like that, where 1 inch is the difference between the winner. Either guy could have won it. That ball from Cordova could have gone straight out the door for his point. Instead, it
10,
checks up.
serve, 7.
Vic makes a great shot with his right hand. Now Vic 2 points from winning this match. And he tries to go out the door. That catches up. Oh, my. Vic had the whole court there with Luis pinned. Luis got an early start, not an avoidable. But Vic was not able to drive that ball hard enough out of his reach.
8 serves 10. Right on the line.
Young Kobe Luna
Ball, please.
watching the live broadcast here as Luis Cordova going up against Vic Perez.
Score is 9, serves 10.
Ball was long. I'm talking about the,
Yes.
the women's one wall.
It was.
I'm sorry. There's 2 matches going on. I forgot which one we're
Oh,
broadcasting.
he missed it.
Look at this shot right here. And a nice catch up from Luis Cordova, and Vic puts it away down the right side wall.
That's Vic's first sidearm whip kill of this match. He waits for the most important moment, or
Timeout.
one of them. Now, Dave, you're not going to
Score is
believe
11,
this, but
serves
these
9.
two played this morning, 2.5-hour doubles match against one another. Total score difference, Vic Perez 43, Luis Cordova 42. Now here so far today, total score difference in this match,
Last time out,
Vic
you got
Perez
2 timeouts.
43, Luis Cordova 42.
I can't believe that.
It
But I
can't-
have to, because that's what math says. Can't argue with
You
math.
have to, these two have shared the court, this court, for 4 hours today. They're separated by 2 points.
It's unbelievable.
11,
I mean, that gives a new meaning to a rivalry, a competitive. A 50-50 match. You can throw out a lot of cliches.
Well, that's why we say they're just completely even. I mean, it's a flip of a coin, right?
But their styles somehow don't look similar, but their strengths are exactly the same, and weaknesses. This has been a great match.
Let's listen to what the referee has to say about the score here.
I believe it's 11-9.
Possible match point, serves 9.
Oh, good serve.
And the wind is affecting that one a lot.
That was a good return there, too, though. And it's over. Vic Perez takes down Luis Cordova, who's not upset, not happy about having to return the ball back in the heap of players and fans back here.